to look at the nature of the commodity trading industry. These are companies that play the role of the lubricant in the world commodity markets. They're like the DHL or the FedEx of the commodity industry. And in doing so, they take on a lot of commodity positions. So it is natural for them to have a lot of mark-to-market positions. And the allegations that have been made are allegations which relate to matters that have been very much in the public domain and have been standard practice for a number of other commodity traders.
Are you saying that it's been widely known that Noble overstates the value of its commodities and that other commodity houses also overstate the value of their commodities?
I don't think the allegations say that they overvalue the value of the commodities per se. They are talking about the operating cash flow that the company generates if you net out these positions. So in many cases, in some instances, they're still generating positive operating cash flow even if you net it out. So the fundamental issue we need to focus on is what is the value of this company, even if you take these matters into account, even if you factor it in. And it seems as though...
So you're saying that Iceberg Research is not necessarily incorrect in terms of what they're saying that Noble is doing, but they probably are incorrect in terms of the valuation that they're then putting on the company. Is that correct?
Precisely. So we see value in this company even if you take into account these allegations. If you look at it from a price-to-book value basis, it's at 0.9 price-to-book value. That, on a historic basis, is a 48% discount to their average over a decade.
Yeah, and on the share price, I mean, after that first report came out, what was it, 10 days ago? Stock got pounded, down 13%. It's barely come back on a share price basis. Is it also good value?
Well, it doesn't seem to be under threat from short sellers. The short interest in this stock is about 0.2% of the trading value, which is even less than the average for the Straits Times Index, which is 0.7%.
Even after these reports have emerged?
That's correct. That's correct. So I don't think it's under threat in that manner.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so would you still advocate buying into the stock?
Well, if you look at the fundamental value of this business, it does look fairly sound. On a price-to-book basis, it's below 1 times. One of the key factors in a very volatile commodity market is the net gearing level. And the net gearing level is also 1 times, and that compares favorably to others in this industry, such as Olam, which is 2 times.
Let's bring up Olam, yes. You did as well. You do prefer Noble to Olam, don't you?
That's correct. Noble is operating in commodities that are fungible, that are easily tradable, that are easily convertible into cash, into liquidity. In the case of Olam, a lot of the commodities that they're operating in are things like cashews, spices, things which are not traded on the world's great commodity exchanges. And hence, if you're carrying, in some cases, 90 days cash cycle, if you carry so much inventory on your balance sheet, you find it difficult to convert that into cash when there's difficulty in the commodity market.
Yeah, the problem there is your commodities like that, they rot.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly right.
They're perishable.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your top buy in the space?
I would prefer Noble. And I would also look at some of the consumer names that are using soft commodities as their input prices. Some of the chicken stocks, such as Charun Pokpan Foods, such as Thai Union Frozen, a fish company. These are companies that would benefit from the drop in food prices, which are the main inputs when you're operating a consumer business.